Jai Hind everyone. Myself Mani Dublish, Assistant Professor in MC Department, J. Kumargarg Engineering College. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on Introduction to Machine Learning, which is a topic of in Artificial Intelligence in Unit 4 of MC Department, MCA. And the subject code is BMC 021. So, first of all, what is machine learning? So, machine learning basically is a field of AI that gives computers the capability to learn. So ML is one of the most exciting technology right now. So it gives the computer the ability to learn is similar to human. So basically it improves decision making power of intelligent agents. Agent has a performance element that decide what action to take, and a learning element that modifies the performance element so that it makes better decision. So following are the some ways to learning mostly used in machine. First one is like logical learning, inductive learning, and deductive learning. What is logical learning? So logical learning is a new concept of or solution is made through the use of similar known concept. So we use this type of learning when solving problems where previously learned examples serve as a guide. For example, when we learn to drive a truck using our knowledge of car driving is a part of logical learning. Inductive learning is the technique requires the use of inductive reference in form of invalid but useful inference. So we use inductive learning when we formulate a general concept after observing example of the concept. So deductive learning, this is a performed through a sequence of deductive inference step using known facts. From the known facts, new facts or relationships are logically delivered. Example, we can say if we have an information that weather is hot and humid, then we can infer that it may rain also. And another example we can take, suppose P implies Q and Q implies R, then we can infer that P implies R. Now, the next is what are the application of machine learning? So we have so many application which is related to machine learning, like image recognition, speech recognition, fraud detection, self-driving car, medical diagnosis, stock market trading. So these are all the application of machine learning which we generally use in right now in our daily life routine. Now, what is the key difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning? So artificial intelligence is a broader concept focused on creating machine that can perform tasks requiring human-like intelligence. Or machine learning is a subset of AI that enables machine to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. Goal is to enable in machine artificial intelligence. Goal is to enable reasoning, decision making, and problem solving. Where in machine learning, goal is to enable system to learn patterns and make predictions. It include ML, DL, expert system, robotic, NLP, etc. in AI. But in machine learning, it includes supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. In artificial intelligence, it works on logic, rules, and knowledge representation. But in machine learning, it works on data, statistical method, and learning algorithm. In AI, can function without learning from data, like rule-based system, and it can completely dependent on data for learning. Now, the types of machine learning. So, machine learning is a subset of AI which enables the machine to automatically learn from data, improve performance from past experience, and make predictions. So, based on the method and way of learning, machine learning is divided into mainly 4 types, which are supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, semi-supervised machine learning, and reinforcement learning. So, these are the types of machine learning. Supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So, supervised learning example may be house pricing prediction or medical imaging, and unsupervised learning example may be your customer segmentation and market basket analysis, and semi-supervised text classification, lane finding of GPS data, and reinforcement learning optimized marketing on or driverless car. Now, what is supervised machine learning? So, supervised machine learning is based on supervision. Means in the supervised learning technique, we train the machine using the labeled data set. Here, the labeled data specifies that some of the input are already mapped to the output, More precisely, we can say first we train the machine with the input and corresponding output, and then we ask the machine to predict the output using the test data set. So let's understand this concept with the example. Suppose we have an input data set of cats and dog images. So first we will provide the training to the machine to understand the image, such as shape and size of the tail of the cat and dog, shape of the eye, color, height. I mean, dogs are taller and cats are small, etc. After completion of this training, we input the picture of a cat and ask the machine to identify the object and predict the output. Now the machine is well trained, so it will check all the features of the object such as its height, shape, color, eyes, ears, tail, etc. and find that it is cat. So it will put in the cat category. This is the process of how the machine identify the object in supervised learning. So the main goal of the supervised learning technique is to map the input variable and the output variable y. Now, the categories of supervised machine learning. Supervised machine learning can be classified into two types of which are given below. First one is classification and second one is regression. Now, what is classification? So, classification or algorithm are used to solve the classification problem in which the output variable is categorical, means such as in the form of yes, no, in the form of male, female, red, blue, etc. So it predicts the category present in the dataset, for example, spam detection, email filtering, etc. Now the some popular classification algo are like random forest algo, decision tree algo, logistic regression algo. Now second one is what is regression. So regression algorithm are used to solve regression problems in which there is a linear relationship between input and output variable. So these are used to predict continuous output variables such as market trend, weather prediction, etc. Uh, uh, Generally, regression algorithm mostly popular regression algorithm are like simple linear regression algorithm, decision tree algorithm, or lasso regression. Now, what is unsupervised machine learning? So, unsupervised machine learning is different from the supervised learning technique as there is no need for supervision. In this, the machine is trained using the unlabeled data set and the machine predict the output without any supervision. So, in supervised learning, the model are trained with the data that is neither classified nor labeled, and the model acts as on data without any supervision. Let's take an example to understand it more precisely. Suppose there is a basket of fruit images and we input it into the machine learning model. The images are totally known to be model, and the images are totally unknown to be model, and the task of the machine is to find the pattern and categories of the object. So now the machine will discover its pattern and differences such as its color, its difference, shape difference, and predict the output. So the category of unsupervised machine learning are clustering and association. Now the clustering technique is used when we want to find the inherent group from the data. It is a way to group the object into a cluster such that the object with the most similarity remain in one group and have fewer or no similarities with the object of other groups. So some of the popular clustering algorithm are like k-means clustering, principal component analysis, and independent component analysis. Third one is association. Association is rule learning is an unsupervised learning technique which finds interesting relation among variable within a large data set. It finds the dependency of one data item or another data item and map those variable accordingly. So popular algorithm of association learning are a priori algorithm and Akgec. And the application of unsupervised learning are recommendation system, anomalies detection, and singular value decomposition. Third one is semi-supervised learning. Semi-supervised learning is a type of machine learning that lies between the supervised and unsupervised machine learning. So it uses the combination of labeled data set of supervised learning and unlabeled data set of unsupervised learning during the training. Although semi-supervised learning is the middle ground between supervised and unsupervised learning and operate on the data that consists of a few labels. So it mostly consists of unlabeled data as labels are costly, but for corporate purpose, they may have few label. It is completely different from supervised and unsupervised learning, as they are based on the presence and absence of the label. So, to overcome the drawback of supervised learning and unsupervised learning algorithm, the concept of supervised learning is introduced. So, the main aim of semi-supervised learning is to effectively use all the available data. For example, supervised learning is where a student is under the supervision of an instructor at home and college. Further, that student is self-analyzing the same concept without any help from the instructor. It comes under unsupervised learning. Under semi-supervised learning, the student has to revise himself after analyzing the concept under the guidance of an instructor at college. So, this is the concept of unsupervised, semi-supervised machine learning. Now, last one is your reinforcement learning. So, reinforcement learning works on a feedback-based process in which an AI agent automatically explore its surrounding by hitting a trail, taking action, learning from experience, and improving the performance. So, agent get rewarded for each good action and get punished for each bad action. Hence, the goal of reinforcement learning agent is to maximize the rewards. In reinforcement learning, there is no labeled data like supervised learning and agent learn from their experience only. So the reinforcement learning process is similar to a human being. For example, a child learns various things by experience in his day-to-day life. So an example of reinforcement learning is to play game, where the game is the environment, moves of an agent at each step, define stages, and the goal of the agent is to get a high score. Agent receive feedback in terms of punishment and reward. Now, the categories of reinforcement learning. Uh, Positive reinforcement learning specify increasing the tendency that the required behavior would occur again by adding something. It enhances the strength of the behavior of the agent and positively uh, impact on it. And the negative reinforcement learning means negative reinforcement learning works exactly opposite to the positive RL. So, it increases the tendency that the specific behavior would occur again by avoiding the negative condition. Thanks. That's enough from my side.